All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're tackling a huge question, one that's probably been on your mind. Is AI going to completely gut the middle class? We're going to look at how this incredible new technology is literally rewriting the rules for what we think of as a stable middle class job. So, is AI killing the middle class? Now, killing is a strong word, I know, but the research shows we're in the middle of a massive, undeniable shift. So, let's unpack what's really happening under the hood. The main concept you really need to get your head around is what economists call the hollowing out effect. And let me be clear, this isn't just another tech upgrade like we've seen before. Nope, this time it's something fundamentally different. You know, when we used to think of automation, we pictured robots on an assembly line, right? Physical stuff. Well, AI is a whole different beast. It's coming for cognitive, routine-based work, the kind of tasks that are the bedrock of office jobs. And this is creating a phenomenon called job polarization, where the job market is basically splitting wide open. This polarization is sorting jobs into three buckets. You've got the top tier, think strategists, top-tier engineers, where AI is like a superpower, amplifying what they can do. Then you have the bottom tier, jobs that need a human touch or physical presence, like caregivers. They're mostly safe for now. But then there's that middle layer. That's where the squeeze is. We're talking about jobs like paralegals, junior coders, a ton of administrative roles. They're right in the crosshairs. So to really get why this is happening, you have to understand this term, cognitive automation. This isn't about a robot lifting a box. This is about software that can write a report, analyze a massive spreadsheet, or even draft legal documents. Work that until very recently you absolutely needed a human professional for. And this squeeze has a couple of really serious consequences. First, it just decimates entry-level jobs. I mean, if an AI can do the work of a whole team of junior analysts, how does a new grad even get a foot in the door? It's like the first rung of the career ladder is just gone. Second, it causes wages to stall out. Even if your job is safe, if one person with an AI tool can now do the work of 3 people, your bargaining power for a higher salary just plummets. Okay, but is it all doom and gloom? Well, not everyone thinks so. There's actually a pretty strong counterargument that says this isn't an apocalypse, it's an evolution. So you can see the two big narratives clashing right here. You have the crisis view, which is all about jobs disappearing and inequalities soaring. But then you have the evolution view, which sees this as a chance to spread expertise to more people, create new kinds of jobs, and actually put a higher price on the skills that make us human. Let's dig into that more optimistic take. So the optimists are really hanging their hats on 3 main ideas. The biggest one, they believe, is this idea of democratizing expertise. Right behind that is the belief that whole new industries are going to pop up and that we'll start to value human-centric skills way more than we do now. Here's the core of their argument. AI could be the ultimate leveler. Imagine an average employee, but you give them a powerful AI tool. Suddenly, they can perform at the level of a seasoned expert. That just blows the doors open for new opportunities. And just like we couldn't have imagined jobs like social media manager before the internet, we'll see totally new industries emerge. The real value, the thing people will pay a premium for, will be skills AI just can't touch. Real empathy, complex negotiation, creativity, and making tough ethical calls. So you've got these 2 powerful forces, one pointing to crisis, the other to evolution. So what's the game plan? You know, for any of us trying to build a career right now, how do we actually navigate this thing? This quote just nails it. It perfectly captures the mindset we all need to adopt. The goal isn't to be faster than a computer. That's a losing game. The goal is to shift away from the predictable, repeatable tasks and move towards work that requires you to adapt on the fly, to think critically, and to be genuinely creative. The sources all seem to point to a 3-part strategy. On a personal level, it's all about reskilling. You have to learn how to manage the AI to be the pilot, not the engine. It also means you've got to double down on those uniquely human skills, leadership, creativity, stuff like that. And then for society as a whole, we have to start seriously talking about policy ideas like universal basic income or robot taxes to make sure this transition doesn't leave millions of people behind. Which brings us to the real bottom line here. AI isn't killing the middle class, but it is absolutely killing the traditional idea of a middle-class job. That safe, predictable office job, it's becoming a thing of the past. The future belongs to people who can blend a solid understanding of technology with those deeply human, creative, and adaptive skills. And that really leaves us with one final, pretty pointed question to think about. When you look at your own career, at the tasks you do every single day, you have to ask yourself, is my work routine or is it adaptive?